It's lights out and we're racing in MotoGP here at the Chang International Circuit. Marco Bezzecchi's nailed that start from pole position here. He's going to get the drop on the field ahead of Marc Marquez on that run into the first corner. Ralph Fernandez slots ahead of Jorge Martin in P3. Fabio Di Giannantonio looking to avoid any turn 3 drama early on here as Martin tries to attack Fernandez on the run down into 3.
Ralph Fernandez just carved through on Marc Marquez through the right-hander of turn 7. We heard from Davide Tardozzi before the start began that through the right-handers physically, Marc Marquez potentially a little bit short of peak condition. Ralph Fernandez straight through into second.
This is going to be this superb move on board with Martin. Look at this by Ralph Fernandez. Now Martin, we've got an Aprilia 1, 2, 3 to complete our first Grand Prix lap in 2026. It's fairy tale stuff this, for the Nuali factory. Elbow to elbow go Marc and Martin. Marc gets back in front briefly into the first corner, but for a few split seconds there, the Nuali factory locked out the podium. This is why he's going to get on with this on the inside of Marc Marquez. That's brilliant into turn 3. This is vintage Jorge Martin.
And Aprilia will be licking their lips at this. They now have a 1, 2 and 3. And I know it's still early days, but it's 88 Grand Prix in a row that Ducati have had a rider on the podium. Boy, is that now under some serious threat.
A dream scenario. 3 Aprilias inside the top 3. The top 2 are long gone.
Acosta attacks again on the inside into turn 3. He's just going to try and hang Martin out to dry, and now Marc Marquez is getting involved.
Well, that's now, what, 3 or 4 times that Acosta has found a way through on Martin, albeit very, very briefly. Oh, look at this now as they power through the gearbox, over the blind crest now into 6th. Out of all of it, Marc Marquez went into turn 3, 5th. He's now in P3. Acosta goes earlier. He's not even waiting for turn 12. Immediately, he attacks Marc going through 8.
This is Pedro Acosta sending a serious message for the 2nd day in a row. This was the moment I thought I saw it from the aerial shot. Acosta losing the front momentarily into turn 12. Just about saved it and held on to that 3rd place. Aki Ayo, who's usually so unflappable, even he can't watch.
Well, here comes Acosta, then he's coming from a long, long way back on Ralph Fernandez.
Pedro Acosta versus Marc Marquez, the current king, against the boy who would be king.
Acosta is starting to gap Marc.
Acosta might well have that 3rd place under control then over Marc Marquez, and now having cleared Marc Marquez, he might just be able to keep Ralph Fernandez at bay. There's your confirmation, with Acosta now ahead of Marc Marquez.
Oh, what's happened here? Marc Marquez has run wide going into turn 4. He's got a problem. He's got a puncture. Marc Marquez. Well, that could have really been disastrous. Wow. Pecco Bagnaia. Pecco Bagnaia. The tyres come off the rim. Remember Pecco Bagnaia had the puncture in Malaysia. Wow. Marc Marquez then, who just set a 131.4. What on earth? That is a catastrophic failure there. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Marc Marquez's Michelin rear tyre has come off the rim here. I mean, he's lucky there that he didn't get shocked off that. That is so fortunate, because that could have been horrendous. Marc could have been thrown off that factory Ducati.
It's a fucking Bronco,
He's looking down there now going, what the heck has gone on here?
Yeah, look at the damage to the rim there. We're seeing it from the summer. Look at that. The rim is damaged, and obviously the tyre is just completely dominated. Come off the rim altogether. Marc Marquez is out.
Marco Bezzecchi bounces back quite brilliantly in Buriram after all the disappointments of crashing out the lead in the sprint from pole position. He does create history. Marco Bezzecchi, the first Aprilia rider in MotoGP to win 3 successive Grand Prix. After all the criticism yesterday, all the noise about crashing out the sprint, well, he's done his talking today on the track. Winner by 5.5 seconds. Well, the sprint was dramatic. The Grand Prix had plenty of drama as well. What a start for MotoGP in 2026.